Alright, this is Old Man Pool. Getting ready to jump into another Modern Masters draft. Well, 8 Range's Touch is not what you call a bomber, so I think we'll pass on that right now. I played Moroi exactly once so far, and it actually was less good than I thought it was going to be. But it's still strong, and it may end up being the pick here. I could take the Rakdos Signet. Black-red are can be controlling colors if you get the right cards. A lot of times they're a little bit more aggressive though, which makes them less impressive. Other cards of note are the Mistraven's good, like the Lawkeeper, like Attended Knight, but none of them really first pick level. I'm probably gonna take the Roy and see what we can do with that. I'll also take the Signet. I think I'm going to take the Roy. Definitely not attached to that. Scavenging Ooze is a pretty reasonable card. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not first pickable, especially if they have something else really good in the pack. But it might be our pick here. 2/2s in the format are less common than I would think. And this is a 2/2 with a really, really relevant upside. There aren't tons of decks that take advantage of the graveyard in the format, but there are some, and even just being able to turn your 2/2 into a 3/3 or a 4/4 and gain a couple of life later in the game ends up being a pretty powerful effect. So I think I'm going to pick that here. There's nothing that goes overwhelmingly well with our Moroi. I mean, Torrent is playable sometimes, Cower and Fear, but a lot of these cards are kind of just okay. I'm going to take the Scavenging Ooze. I feel like green is one of the weaker colors in the format, but I also feel like it's kind of underdrafted. So if you do get green, I feel like a lot of times you get a pretty good green deck. Seance is pretty fun if you get lots of enter the battlefield effects, but it's high variance. Even in decks that it's good in, sometimes you play it out and it just does absolutely nothing, which feels pretty bad. Sometimes it can get quite a bit of value. I had an opponent play Seance and Thragtusk, and I was a believer. So we do have a momentary blink here. It's a little bit late. Also have a Guildgate and a Boros Signet, a couple of Guildgates. Not really sure what to pick here. Nothing's like crazy grabbing me. Maybe we'll just take the Boros Signet. It is definitely, like, Signets are all pretty powerful. I don't think you want tons of them, but they are pretty powerful. So here we have a bunch of the cards that work well for the black-red sack. So that may be a little bit telling this late. We have a Dregscale Zombie, or Dregscape, Grixis Slave Dryer, and a Spike Jester, which are all pretty good in that deck. We also just have a Pyroclasm, which is pretty good in controlling in general. I'm not seeing a whole lot more green, which is fine. Maybe take the Pyroclasm here. I'm kind of hoping something opens for us to slot to. Excuse me. Maybe the Instant Collector's fine too. Maybe the black-red deck ends up being open. We'll see if we get another pack that has some reasonable cards for that. So Goblin Guide is not the best, even though it's a powerful card in general. I think I'm probably just going to take one of the Guildgates here. Deputy's good. Again, kind of a flicker deck. We got kind of a mess going on down here. Let's take the, is it Guildgate? The Boros Signet kind of helps us fix if we end up wanting to splash for either red or white. So here we have Moa. We haven't really seen very many other token-based things though. Take the Battle Rail Shaman. Battle Rail is probably just the strongest in the pack. Yeah, nothing else is super exciting, and this card is reasonably good in an aggressive deck. Alright. here we have the Thundersong Trumpeter, which I think is a fine card. It's basically a tapper. Gruul Guildgate, which is a potential with our current picks right now. Let's take the Trumpeter. Maybe we end up red-white sort of thing. Although I guess we haven't seen very many green. I'd say that the Scavenging Ooze is a better pick, so maybe the Guildgate's correct, but we just haven't seen a whole lot that goes along with it. This is a very late Serum Visions. I think that's a little bit disrespectful. I think that card is quite good. So Bomber or Jet here. I can see arguments for both. Probably Jet, especially if we end up in a red-white shell. I think the Bomber's probably the stronger card, though. Wow, it's a lot of white-blue. As we take the Deputy of Quiddles, probably. I think Wall of Denial might be stronger, but none of our picks fit with that. I think we need to start kind of making a stand here. Dragon Fodder's fine. Scourge Shovel's fine. Dregscape's fine. Check the Boros Guildgate here. I guess Recover, maybe. Let's see play. Okay, well that was definitely not what we were hoping for from a first round pick. We have a lot of red. I did see some reasonable red come around late, but it was definitely a messy pack. I don't think we saw real powerful cards, and I don't think we saw real consistent choices. So it might be that everyone on the table started trying to get their trying to figure out what's going on. We got lucky with our open here though. Zealous Conscripts is quite good, and I'll play it in any red deck. Of note, there's Opportunity and a Horror here, which are both fantastic, but we're not really in blue. Yeah, we'll take the Zealous Conscripts, and I think not be unhappy about that. Still trying to kind of figure out what our second color will be. Oh, Simic Skyswallower. Well, if we'd end up in more of the controlling route, that is just a fantastic card, but didn't see much of that. There's another Moroi. I think Augur Spree is just going to be the pick here, and maybe we will fit into kind of a black-red deck. Not seeing a whole lot of white coming this direction, but Augur Spree is a good card, not something we're unhappy to pick up. A couple of Bombers. If we're really lucky, one of them might even wheel. That's probably a pipe dream, but we'd be happy with it. Another Bomber, another Magma Jet. Mortician's Beetle. I think the Bomber's probably better than Magma Jet. Let's make this more of a curve here. Okay. Late Arcane Sanctum. Take the Torch Runner if we're ending up in kind of the Sacrifice deck. And that's just kind of a fine card in general. I've been impressed by Torch Runner. I think it is better than it looks. There's a Macaw here. And a Dynacharge. I think the Macaw is probably better. I think this deck does want kind of one Dynacharge, but a lot of times they'll come around late. And as it stands right now, I think we actually just need more creatures. So I guess having two Macaws later on, I think is better for us than having two Dynacharges. So we'll pick that up. Definitely kind of a messy opening to the draft. I feel like we maybe kind of found a lane though. Red does feel pretty open. Black, not tons, although black-red doesn't look like it's being drafted, so that might be enough. Picking up the Zealous Conscripts was pretty fortunate. I was sad to see the Simic Skyswallower go by. It's the first time I've actually seen it in the draft, and I've always been kind of excited by it. Well, that is a really late Thornscape Battle Mage. Like, really, really late. I don't think we can really push away from our current colors, though, even though we would have the ooze. I think we want our black that we have already. So I'm just going to take the Slave Driver. That's painful, though. Battle Mage is, I think, one of the best green cards. Alright. So here, I think we might want another zombie rather than another bomber. Although it's close. Maybe bomber's better. Yeah, probably. I think bomber's a dramatically higher power level card. The only reason I was considering taking the zombie was for curve considerations. But I think the bomber is probably just enough better that I should take it. Okay, so I think I do have to take the Scorched Oka here. It's not your favorite sacrifice outlet, but we haven't really seen any. So I'm going to take them when I do see them. Mortician's Beetle is fine if we end up sacrificing. Otherwise, Cower and Fear is better. Cower and Fear is kind of a sideboard card a lot of the time, but I think we're going to... maybe we do take the Beetle, and maybe we still hope that we get a couple more sack outlets. Cower and Fear just always comes around really late. Okay, well, right now we're Karathi Bomber deck. Ooh, Mortician or Scorched? Probably a Scorched. Pitkeeper's fine in this deck. Okay, so I think the first pack we were kind of finding our lane, but I think we got rewarded a little bit in the second pack. So even though our first picks were not, like a lot of these are not making the deck. We got a lot of good red and a lot of good black there at the end. Okay, that's a really good pickup. The Scourge-Dag Cultist is one of the better sacrifice outlets. They were just kind of happy to take that here. We might wield a bomber. Probably will wield Mortician's Beetle. I guess I'll probably wield both. We wield the bomber, like, the second or third to last pick in the last pack. So, someone's going to have the crazy seance deck. Blood Moon. Exciting, not fantastic. So I actually do kind of like the Splash Teleportal. It's like a better version of Dynacharge, I feel like. But it also comes around pretty late, so I think we can maybe pass on picking it up here and just take like another Scourge Devil. Or maybe Bone Splinters. Bone Splinters actually might be better. Scourge Devil also comes around late. A lot of these cards we have a chance of wheeling. So one of the reasons why I like the Sacrifice deck is a lot of the cards are just straight up not good in other decks. Okay, so Battle Rail's pretty good. Carnage Gladiator is way better for us. It would probably wheel, but we actually have enough playables. I think I'm just going to take it here. Because even though it would probably wheel, it would be really sad if it didn't. And like I said, it's one of our stronger cards. This card has just done serious work every time I've played it. It feels like it does. It's kind of like a mini Hell Rider in a lot of ways. Ooh, Carnage Gladiator, Seal of Doom. I think we're going to take the Seal here. I think that deck, again, probably actually wants Carnage Gladiator a little bit more. We have a couple pieces of removal. But Seal of Doom is not going to wheel. There's no way. And Carnage Gladiator probably will. So, and I think this is a closer pick than the last one was. Pyrowild. Do I want the Pyrowild here, or do I want... Oh, I want a Noble. I didn't even see him. I do like Pyrowild Shaman. It kind of gives you a little bit of extra push towards the end of the game. But Falkenrath Noble, just... This is the deck that wants it for sure. So I would definitely not be sad to pick up one more sack outlet. Maybe even two more. I think the deck came together, though. Because I'm very glad that we shifted lanes, because the first pack was kind of a mess, but we're going to have plenty of playables. Probably won't end up playing the Pyroclasm, even though I think the card is quite good. It's going to be good against us in this deck. We have a little bit slower version of the Sacrifice deck than I've played before. We have some kind of powerful later game stuff, but we definitely are a little bit slower. Happy to pick up a Vampire Aristocrat here. The sacrifice effect at instant speed is pretty good. These have actually been being picked up earlier than I would have thought. There were a lot of times where I was like, oh, I'll wheel that for sure, and just didn't see it again. So I'm not sure if that's just people value it a little bit higher than I do. I think it's really good in the sacrifice deck, but I don't think I'd ever play it anywhere else. Okay. Not going to play any of these cards. I guess I want another Dynacharge over another Recover, but none of these cards are making the deck. Another Beetle. Oh, Seance came around this time. Someone's dream died. No Thragtusks to go along with the Seance. That's the real dream. If you can slam the Thragtusk, your opponent's already like, ugh. And then they kind of grudgingly will kill it, and then you Seance it again, and they rage quit. That's the game. I think I want another Madcaps, or a Madcap Skills over Mortician's Beetle. I think that's a fine sideboard card against some decks. Against some decks, if they just can't deal with it, they pretty much just lose. So I'll bring in Blood Moon. If my opponent's got a lot of stuff going on, that's a reason. Late Scorched. Is there any way? Nah, I don't think we'd ever want to splash that. I guess I'll take the Flunkies. I don't think we'd ever play the Flunkies either. So I think the deck came together alright there. Surprise Agent of the Masks was the last pick. I don't think it's. I think it's one of the worst gold cards, but I still think it's better than the last pick. All right. So I have to decide exactly how many of these Scorched we want to play. Because having one of them is pretty good. Having more than one is not great. Four Calrathi Bombers feels pretty good though. There will be games where we hit with a couple of those, and then just can burn our opponent for kind of an obscene amount. So this is a slower version of the deck than I've seen. Do we have... Oh, Bone Splinters is down there, it shouldn't be. I think we're trying to eke out value more, so maybe we should buy away from being aggressive. Like maybe Dynacharge just isn't as good in this deck. We're not going to have as... Well, with all the Bombers, it's pretty good. Turns all of our Goblins into Lightning Bolts sometimes. So I think we're going to cut one Scorched. I don't think we need three. And probably one Mortician's Beetle too. Well, I like both of those cards. It feels really, really bad to just have a bunch of Mortician's Beetles and no sacrifice outlets. And it feels really bad to have a bunch of Scorched Rusalkas and nothing that they want to sacrifice. Like, I think this is a worse card than our Scourge Dag Cultist and our Vampire Aristocrat. Like, we'd rather be sacrificing to them. But you do want a reasonable amount of sacrifice outlets in this deck, too. Noble seems great. We cut the Macaw. We might just cut the Macaw. I don't know if the 3/3 is enough. Those are all staying. So let's see. We have a handful of sideboard cards. Pyroclasm, actually. Since this isn't as aggressive as this deck is sometimes, it might be good against other very aggressive decks. If we're really getting beat down, if we can play a couple of 1-2 drops and kind of slow their passage, and then get off a good Pyroclasm, it might be pretty brutal. So I think we're not going to main deck it, but I think it is a good sideboard card. Let's see. One more cut here. I do think we want to play 17 lands. Have enough sacrifice and enough late game that, like, it doesn't feel bad to be unearthing the Bombers, or even to like unearth the Bomber and play Scourge Double in the same turn. I think we'll have stuff to do with our mana later game. I wonder if it's foolish to cut the Dynacharge. That's another card that just feels bad in your hands sometimes. Maybe we just don't have enough going on with it. Although, it can be really, really good too. Like, if we popped a couple of goblins, they get really big really fast. But we have a Scourge Devil, which sort of fills the same effect, and Zealous Conscripts, which is also going to steal some games from us. So I think Dia Charges. I think it's the worst card in the deck. But I think it is fine. Like, I don't think it's bad. It's just not as good as everything else we have here. Okay, but yeah, I think the deck looks pretty reasonable. We have a couple of pretty good sec enablers and a bunch of cards that we'd like to sacrifice, and just reasonable cards in general. Okay, so let's add some lands. We want to be heavier red. Probably do. Just heard my cat. She's getting into some stuff she shouldn't be getting into, but that's kind of just her lot in life. I think we do want to play heavier mountains here. The Rusalkas require red, and so does the Cultist. The Cultist is double red. Being able to play her when we want to play her is important, I think. Okay, looks okay. So we did end up in another 2-color deck. I don't know if I have it in the sacrifice deck a lot. I don't know if I'm overvaluing it or other people just pass the cards. But it feels like a lot of times my early draft isn't really going anywhere. This is where I end up, because I'll see some late Dregscales or Dregscape. I don't know why I always say scale. Dregscape zombies, some late bombers, and I just kind of slot into the deck. But I'm not happy. So there's the draft. I'll see everybody in round 1.